you're a dolphin.
Yeah. I think I'll go have sex for pleasure.
If you find an appropriate blowhole joke that fits so well, throw it in.
There was no sex in this movie, so there's not really any call for me to make blowhole jokes.
So Eric Bana is this like ex-CIA dude, and he's raising this little girl for 16 years, and now it's time for her to see the world, and shit gets crazy.
It's a young adult coming of age story.
Except with shooting.
Right.
I thought they did a very good job of making her seem like someone who had been very sheltered, but without sort of overdoing it and making her go like, what? I don't understand anything about life. Like, it was just sort of a realistic feeling that she was a fish out of water. Dolphin joke!
She knew a lot of things from like a theoretical level. Like she obviously learned a lot from like either, I don't know, textbooks or whatever.
They were reading the encyclopedia, like, or dictionary or something.
It's just funny because when she started talking to people, it would all be, you know, an exchange of facts. She would just sort of spout out things.
At the beginning, she asks, what does music feel like?
He tries to read to her from the encyclopedia the description of music.
Right.
When she goes into the world, it turns out that, you know, that kind of preparation is totally inadequate.
Someone needs to make like a fart joke or something.
You can just demand fart jokes from people. You want a fart joke, you make it yourself.
Use your blowhole, damn it.
Because you all just said fart like a whole bunch.
Farty McFart fart.
Is this like a new theme? Little girls beating the shit out of people? Because Kick-Ass was awesome.
Yeah.
And that girl was littler and way crazier than Hanna.
The first action scene, I don't even remember what it was, but it involved a lot of really quick cutting and close-ups, so it was very kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, then he's got that one scene,
in
shot.
In the subway, yeah, which is one really awesome shot where you see
good.
everything that's going on.
This is the same director that did the 2005 Pride and Prejudice, but Pride and Prejudice had a lot of those kind of shots, one scene, like Martin Scorsese style, moving around, no editing. To anyone that's expecting some kind of like Kick-Ass style, like girl fighting, this is very different. This is much more grounded in real world shit.
A lot more self-serious, too. Like, it sets up a premise and it isn't, like, winking at us, you know. Which sometimes I like in Kick-Ass.
I thought that, like, as far as a PG-13 movie went, it was done very well. And, like, I mean, granted, I'm like alright with some gore. The part that really creeped the hell out of me, and I actually covered my eyes, was when she was brushing her teeth.
The bloody Kate Blanchett teeth.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty
That was so gross.
That was one of the more
I
graphic
couldn't
scenes,
watch
probably.
it.
If this was 1990 or 1995 and the movie was such as it was, it would have been rated R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Especially since some of the action scenes, especially for PG-13, were pretty brutal. I don't know, sort of like with a lot of movies I've been watching lately, it felt like it had been shot to be rated R, and then last minute they decided to cut it down to PG-13.
But it does kind of bother me when, like, you can do this kind of violence at PG-13, but God forbid there was a nipple or somebody says fuck.
What?
And it was a completely
Nipples?
asexual movie, yeah.
God, who wants to see one of those?
You upset her.
What are you, udders?
If they had their way, maybe it would have been rated R, but then they made it in a way that it was pretty easy to fix that up without.
But if it had been R, it wouldn't have mattered, because if I had a 12-year-old girl, I would not have taken her to this movie either way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She might have gotten mad at you, like, why didn't you teach me to kick tons of ass?
Yeah.
A lot of the stylistic choices were weird. Okay, now we're gonna spin her head around.
Huh.
Woo! Her head's spinning around. She's running away.
Yeah, well, that stuff reminded me more of Run Lola Run. Like, it was just a lot of stuff to keep our attention.
Oh yeah, her in
probably.
place and then the 360, like,
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was up with that Grimm's Fairy Tale house dude?
It's Hansel and
that ran
Gretel's
the
house.
place?
When she's reading the book, the Grimm's Fairy Tale book, in her bed, the first page she flips to is Hansel and Gretel. Then the house that she goes to is the Hansel and Gretel house in, like, the weird amusement park place.
Mm-hmm.
It's not normal action movie background looking stuff. It's weird stuff.
I thought it was very, like, horror movie-esque. Swings and playgrounds and childlike things. All the horrible things happen in these happy places.
All those happy places were so fucking decrepit that I couldn't tell if this is supposed to be like, are they still using it, or is this like
abandoned? Like,
yeah, is this Eastern Europe?
Yeah.
Like, I had to keep reminding myself that they were in fucking Germany.
Present day, right?
Yeah, and present day, because everything looked like some Soviet bloc.
Like a dystopia.
What was it, East Berlin?
Yeah.
Okay.
At one point she was in the internet cafe, and that was like in this sort of famous block in Kreuzberg. It's like a... Although actually that was in West Berlin, never mind.
Oh, well then you're an idiot.
Well, but it looks like it was in East Berlin.
Oh, fuck you! It definitely avoided like a lot of those traps. Nothing political. It didn't draw out the ending. It just ended when it was over.
Mm-hmm.
I really liked that, actually, that when I felt it was over, it was over.
Yeah.
So many movies keep going.
Return of the
And they're
King.
like, but wait, there is more. I'm like, yeah, it was just a nice, simple, like, once upon a time, the end kind of story. Like,
Yeah.
I thought the villains were good. Like the main villain was good, and also the secondary villain that creepy blonde guy with his stick who would
Yeah,
just
kind
go
of
around
whistling.
whistling.
That was
was
quite
good.
creepy, the whistling.
Yeah, he was creepy.
Kate Blanchett had a southern accent. When does
Yeah.
that happen? Anytime she doesn't sound British, it feels wrong.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. I still think it's really weird watching Eric Bana because he's such a great actor. It's just so crazy to think that he started like doing really bad comedy in Australia.
Tom Cruise, welcome to Australia. It's a pleasure, Ray.
And that happens a lot. Like Hugh Laurie's known for comedy in the UK.
Yeah, Jeeves and Worcester.
Yeah.
When they say daddy, I just... It's all right, mate. We'll leave it there. Leave it there, shall we? Stop tape. Mate. It's all right. We've stopped tape. It's all right.
I thought that what's her name's performance was really good. I can't pronounce her name.
I know. What is it like? Say or
Saoirse? Well, she was really good.
Yeah, she was awesome.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think that she was about 16.
She was still totally flat though. I think. Not that I was
Some
looking.
people are at that time.
And for the rest of their
I
lives.
totally wouldn't tap that, just like, in case you guys were wondering.
Yeah, I was
I was
totally
not
wondering
wondering.
that the whole time.
But
Thank you. It's good to know you're not a.
Are you
pedophile
sad that they
giraffe.
didn't talk more about like menstrual activity?
Yeah,
Did
you
you want
know.
to know what was going on in that area? Because I
Oh.
did.
Yeah, you
That's
know.
a good point. I feel like.
Shouldn't she have thought she was being shot or something?
Yeah.
but
It's like, oh,
she
no,
would
they hit
know-
me.
No, but she would know that.
I'm sure her dad read to her the definition of menstruation from the encyclopedia.
Yeah, and told her to like stick a pine cone.
Now, when you.
Oh my god, you motherfucker. Oh my god. That's the most terrible thing I've ever heard.
The pine cone is only the most terrible thing you've ever heard if you put it in the wrong way.
I'm not putting a
Right,
pine
we're-
cone anywhere.
Or actually, yeah, you
Just
know
shove
what?
a pine cone up your ass.
Whoa.
It's got to go in, then go out. So either way, it's you're petting the rabbit the wrong way at one point.
Yeah. That's for sure.